Hello everyone, this is Serious Trivia. Welcome back to another episode of our legendary Luger campaign. Pick things up for episode 9 from turn 51 in the winter season of 192. And clearly, the big event for this episode is the battle of us against Dong Zhuo, mainly Lü Bu against Dong Zhuo. And there's an achievement I believe called Diao Revenge, where it has you use the army of Lü Bu to defeat Dong Zhuo. It's very rare for them to stay alive, but I realize it's not that rare for Mandate of Heaven, especially if you snatch Lü Bu up. Because if Lü Bu's not there to compete for Diao, Dong Zhuo doesn't die. So it's pretty natural for him to be here waiting for us. Now before we jump into the fight, which shouldn't be too difficult, he's been attritioning here for a while, I do want to level ourselves up to Marquise. We have 4 points again, and I think we'll bump the trade agreement up. We want a few more administrators. We talked about spies. To get turncoats is definitely helpful, but I might be just going to rely on the reforms to get ourselves a spy. It's kind of weird approach because we usually spy quite a bit, but I think at this point we probably want the administrators more than we want spies. This will do a lot for our economy, and down the line when we get to Duke and we get to King, we're going to max 2 of these bars, and it's definitely going to be administrator and trade. And then the third bar I think might actually maybe we don't max administrators. I know it's kind of blasphemy, because we don't have access to that many good commanderies. Like, we have a lot of farm commanderies. If we max assignment, we can keep a lot of characters and also work for experience. 3 points. 3 points. Like, this is the natural instinct here. Yeah, I think we'll definitely do this. Whether we go any farther is questionable. Alright, that's good. And aside from that fight, which we'll do at the end of the turn, let's see what else is going on. Might have rebellion still. We have faction support not going down. We are probably going to march on towards Hanfu. We left him alone, and he still has Zhang He, who we kind of want, so let's send the army that way. I don't see anyone coming from the south, so we should be fine. And even if they do, we can summon a new army for that purpose. Man, he's not happy with us. Well, we do have a few administrator slots. She might be a better administrator, to be honest, because she has the Baron trait. So I think we shift her to administrator role. It just depends on what commandery we put her in. And right now, Hedong seems like a pretty good one. So let's do that. We have Grand Director, Grand Tutor. I think we're in winter, so we're in luck. We're going to be able to take advantage of the Faction Council at the start of next turn. We'll throw Li Jue to be Grand Director. Xinyo to be Grand Tutor, or actually Xinyo might be a better administrator. Like, right now we have that problem where, like, we don't have that many good commanderies. Like, all these are pretty bad. Like, both of these are full build, so like I almost don't see a point to put administrator in there. Shangdan's not full build, so at least we get some discount here. And it almost doesn't matter who. Like, we're not hoping to get money out of this. Like, Huanggai might be a great choice with a 25% building upkeep. There's 2 sets of upkeep in this commandery that we have to deal with. And it will keep Huanggai decently happy. 18 points go away. Although his expertise kind of low, while the rules is pretty high. But we have another opening too. Yeah, I'm gonna throw Huanggai in here. As you can see, we don't have good administrators and we don't have good commanderies, so it's kind of awkward for us. And then Anping and Wei, it's about the same. Yeah, it's literally about the same. So both are not going to get build-ups. It's really about just assigning them a job. Lack of purpose goes away. I'm going to put him in Wei. We could also look to recruit ones, but like the commandery is just not good enough to really be worth the trouble. We'll keep our eyes out for any future potential ones. Okay, so Xunyo doesn't need to go there, and we might as well just go full court at this point. Salary is gonna go way up, but we have the money to deal with that. Alright, so that's all done. They moved. Battle's coming up next. They don't have to do anything. I could... Not wrong county. I could fix that. I could also summon some burned officers here. We only have one, actually. One's good enough. There's another one in the army here. Oh, two in the... Oh, three. Oh, they're in trouble. And this is a situation where he has nowhere to run. He's backed himself into the mountain. You can see the range. 5 ammo on these guys. 2 ammo on these guys. 5 ammo on these guys. And Lu Bu leading would be our highest capture rate. 41%, 92. 2% on Yu Jin though. Anyways, we'll fight this. Alrighty, they're actually encamped, which probably dooms them a bit more, in my opinion. I have never seen this sort of starting deployment. I didn't do that. The game did that for me. Anyways, yeah, feel free to charge at us. And if they don't want to charge at us, we will burn them down and charge at them. Turtle. There we go. Perfect. Alright, nobody moves, and they're still gonna move. Just watch. Okay. I actually don't know what happens if we duel Dong Zhuo. He's pretty strong. Yep, here they come. So... Dong Zhuo doesn't want to duel. Okay, Xu Rong's actually quite a capable general. Historically speaking, much more capable than, say, Lu Bu. Beat the likes of Cao Cao, Sun Jian. Lost out to a political battle when Dong Zhuo caught winds of some potential betrayal. He wasn't part of it, but Dong Zhuo just made sure by switching all the officers. And Xu Rong kind of got replaced. Alright, I'm gonna take on... Ooh, this could still be tough, but we'll go for it. Oh, no, Xu Rong doesn't want to duel. Did he get smashed by one of the... He might have gotten smashed. Good luck. One guy's like, I made it! Spears, goes, poke, 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 poke. Here comes the generals though. So that's a situation where we're gonna let the generals do as they want here. He's getting torched. Second coming of the cavalry. I don't think they'll be, I think they're chased off the machines. That is one situation that does happen when they get engaged like that. Alright, Dong Zhuo's broken through, so we're gonna go get him. The other general died to fire. Oh, they're throwing traps on us. Used to kill turtle units really, really hard. Like, it's gotten nerfed by 90%, so imagine this damage, but times 10. Alright, so he died. We're still good. Cool, can you just get back on your horse? Yeah, thank you. And we erase Dong Zhuo as well. You sure you don't want to route? You guys are out of ammo, out of hope, getting shot by our Onyx Dragons. Who's still fighting? Oh, nobody. That's it. Let's see if we capture anyone. Well, the army's going to get removed. We're going to go to Sihe, and then we're going to launch our attack on the northwest. Ah, nobody. Okay, that's fine. That was probably the expected outcome. And do we want an army to trail behind them? We probably do. I mean, it's like these guys are doing nothing sitting on the bench right now, so... This might be our third army down the line. Actually, no, they will probably be third. This will probably be fourth. We ran out of deployments. But it probably wouldn't be them two working together. 2 cavalry officers? Kind of awkward. Yeah, I think all the money on 2 buildings at this point. Level that up. We'll take the level ups. And... guess we'll do that. We have new trade routes, but do we have new trade partners? We don't. It's gonna be a little bit weird. And I'm still curious what happened to Lady Wu. Like, she just disappeared from the family tree. Anyways, we'll worry about that later. Let's just continue for now. Alright, Nova is fighting Yellow Turbans again. Jinping. I mean, the farmer background's great, and he has a ton of traits, including some pretty decent ones, but I don't think we need him. Oh, they were able to work together. What happened? I thought they were happy with each other. Well, guess it's hard to work with Lu Bu here. Did he pick up a new trait? No, he didn't. Did she pick up a new trait? Ah, she did. Oh, wow. Right. Shixie is still with the Han and then got confederated. I mean, it's legit armies from the former Han Empire, so we're gonna have a couple interesting fights here. So I think he will hang out in the back. Dong Zhuo might lose this to rebels. We're gonna go faster. Alright, a lot of cool things this turn. We have Faction Council coming up. Kill target general, not interested. We'll get the population growth. Devastate Xu Chang. No, we'll pass. We'll give him extra movement. Plus, you don't get satisfaction, right? It's really hard to keep him happy. Sure, we'll pay for it. I mean, for this army, it's kind of pointless, but line of sight might be good. Alright, so that's all done. Come over here. We went with slave mobilization instead of the forge. Now the forge can be built in most of our places. We don't have that much money. Right, we actually have very little money. We might be tempted to create some vassals if this is the case, where we can actually trade with them. Like, there's a lot of commanderies that we have that really is not that good. Like, say, Yemen. The only positive here is we can build corruption reduction for Taiyuan, but we can do that from Shandong, we can do that from Zhongshan, we can do that from Anping. So I think, hold on, how does this border work? Let me see how this works first. Alright, so it's not considered a border settlement. So I was thinking about maybe trading it to Liu Bei for Zhongshan. Because I'm going to trade Bohai for this, just so I complete my commandery. If I make this into a vassal faction, I can get a trade route, basically. Maybe we make Huaxiong a vassal. That way we kind of get to see him all the time, and we don't have to pay for him. Let's do that. Remove from office. He's gonna be mad. I know. Okay, not mad enough to leave us. That's important. And we put Huaxiong in here. And we grant them independence. And we trade with them.
很荣幸再相见。
8.4, we offer them 1 food. They don't have much money, but they do have a stone pig that we can grab if we want. But I don't actually want to pay 7.5 for 7.3 for it. I will take. They start with 2,000 cash and some per turn. I can go to 6.3 here, so I can go for 60. No, 60. Yeah, 60 or. Okay, so we can get a little bit more. $50 more.
准了。
Okay, so we have 2 that's suspended. They lost ports basically. Oh, we cut off the capital. We need Zhongshan back. Well, we can restore that one. Tulsung? That's his problem. He got landlocked. No, wait, he's not landlocked. He has a port. He's under siege. Ah, he lost this. These 2 aren't connected. Oh my god. He's in a bad situation. I mean, if he loses this, then he becomes a capital here, then we can still trade with him. It's not worth canceling because we can't set up a new one. So it's just like there's no point. Focus on income. Yeah, we can't build anything because we can't afford it. It's a bit unfortunate, but hopefully we can soon. For now, just continue. Okay, not against us. Alright, Fuxi's gonna come back and be the administrator in Anping. That should keep him happy. Decently happy. Still feels removed from office, but what can we do, right? I don't know if we just slow down a little in case we bump into his army again. Okay, they're here. We're 1 turn away, so it's perfect. I don't want to switch commanders now. I want him to start the turn to give us the full movement. Then we swap to get the capture rate, and then we try to capture Zhang He in 1 battle and wipe out the faction, I guess, but that's that. Alright, we'll take that. Are they in the right? They're not in the right county. Okay, so we can't debuff their ammo. Yeah, we just can't. Which is fine. Which is fine, we'll just have a fight. Hold on. That's going on. Yeah, I think we're fine. We'll have a bit more money once we finish that fight, but let's get these going first. They might retreat. I hope they don't. Okay, they don't. Okay, and plus they get in garrison, which means if we wipe those, the fight afterward will be free. 牛服, Dong Zhuo's son-in-law. Dong Beishan, Dong Zhuo's wife. 失谢. Alright, no capture chance. They think we'll lose, despite superior forces. So let's go. Wow, I did not expect this many trees. I mean, we can always switch sides. And we will. That high ground looks very nice. Very, very nice. Okay. So, obviously... I mean, I prefer if they don't charge out, but they're not going to listen to me on that, so if they come out, they come out. If they don't, they don't. They're not coming out. Okay, they're not coming out. Sweet. He's also burnt. We actually have 2 counteracting his 1, so we don't get debuffs, we don't get buffs. Because it's like plus 15 for each, and it's minus 30 on him. They would have decent amount of ammo. I just want to... Okay, you hit that. You hit that. 1 shot each. We'll burn down the wall. We want their reinforcement to arrive, right? We want to fight and kill those garrisons. Oh my god, that's a... Okay. You did great. Oh, actually no, both we did great. Stop. Try to target that. It looks like they put an oil puddle there. To the... Oh, actually no, it's telling me I can burn the wooden stakes. And maybe they put the oil puddle on one of the side gates. We can stop for a little bit. Let the fire just go. They're willing to accept duels apparently. Oh, both pathetic. Alright, time to get some experience. I'll take you on first.
做好准备。鼓起勇气。
We just crushed your husband. Wait. He charged us. Oh wow. Oh wow. They were just waiting for the reinforcements. Let me grab him. Dude, if we smash here, all the troops, think of all the troops that will die too. Yeah, I don't know how the epicenter was right there, but it's fine. They're about to charge into the range of our... the slope is not good. Flatland's much better. The jet is getting confused about how far to shoot. There we go. They still have no shot against this front line. Look at the infantry climbing up this hill. Be useful. Go chase down the garrison that shows up. Wedge formation. Yeah, if it's straight, we would have done so much more damage. It's your turn. Charge out. Here, you chase that one. You chase this one. Get a bigger angle. Get back on your horse. Oh, we gotta put them back on the machines again. I mean, they do get charged. There is that problem. We gotta micro that part. No, no, no. On the machines. There we go. Oh, what are we doing?
敌军仓皇逃窜，一群懦夫。
做好准备，
起勇气！
准备就绪，在射杀敌军。
做好准备，准备开战！注意，
They're all swords units.
顽强不屈！战！杀光敌军！
Alright, you chase that.
敌军！
You chase that.
顽强不屈！进攻！动作快点！时机已至，准备开战！
It's over.
哈！敌军士兵正在溃逃。
We don't have to chase this army off. We can fight this army again. If we can drag the garrison in again, that'd be even better. Alrighty.
凭此一战，可定天下。
Capture anyone?
要这
Nope.
些俘虏也没用，
Unfortunately, nope. Killed a couple people though.
一统天下。
We got the level up. We can do Dragon's Gaze or we can do Smoldering Fury. Both very powerful. One's better for dueling. One's better for just immobilizing people on the field. I'll pick this one up first. He doesn't really need any more dueling power right now. Like, he's strong enough. That can help us with a lot of fire things. And we're definitely a little bit pyro right now. I guess we'll attack the town. Drag them in as reinforcement, wipe both out. Oh, I guess with this type of value, we just delegate. Got his bow. There goes one of his set bonuses.
先收下了。
Xiehe might be worth administrator, perhaps.
开战！
Maybe more than Anping. The thing is, he just got fired. If we flip him again, flip him to Xiehe now that he put the build in, how's he gonna feel about us? Can we flip him in the same turn? Come on. Nope, he's at 0. I can fix it. Don't worry. We're not gonna let him leave us. It's only a 5-point difference. Here, we'll give you a actual administrator. Where are they? Here. Peasantry, population growth, public order, commerce. Take this for now. Oh, Lejun also leveled up. Pretty sure we just want to come down this way. Ah, poor guy. We just can't make up our minds on who should go where. Speaking of who should go where, you can take this bow. We have a green horse, or brown horse, but green stats. 4,000 after those fights. So, because this has a fishing port, eventually it has a little bit of commerce. Like right now, it's kind of pointless. So I think we get rid of this. We put at least a state workshop in. Large town to small city. We'll build the state workshop first and then we'll upgrade that, or else it kind of slows down the build too much. And we'll save the money. It's not like we're rich. So yeah, let's continue. Okay, still nothing to do with us. loyalty. Appreciate it. Hold on. We have to kind of pay attention to potential, administrators now. We pretty much slotted people who are not great in the position into those jobs. I mean, these are not great either. But if we do see someone good, we might think about grabbing them. Not the case here. Alright, this is our shot. We can start the siege and then swap afterward. So we can't even see the percentage because we're not favored. I assume it's decent percentage because it's only level 1, right? So that there's a big level gap. Oh, we can kind of reverse it, right? No, not really. I mean, maybe his escape chance is 5 and our chance is 37, and then if we get decisive and all that stuff, maybe we can make it better. But let's just see what happens. Alrighty, we're loaded up in here. It's a fishing port. Doesn't really matter where we start. They're going to be charging out at us. I just want to find a relatively flat piece of land. Maybe just the standard place over here. At least we hug one of the edges, take away some of the cavalry options that they have. It's a pretty standard setup for us. Now, most likely in these type of setups, I'm guessing the cavalry is going to be charging from this side rather than the other side. Gonna add those in to help us out a little bit. And we can always adjust. I'm sure they're going to be willing to duel us, so we can try something there. You can maybe try to snipe someone. And that's pretty much it. Oh, it's foggy, so we can't see a thing. But yeah, here they come. I'll take him. I don't really think I want to take on Dong Zhuo though. I think it's risky. Better if we shoot our Hell of Arrows. I'll give him a armor boost. You snipe him. Oh, don't charge out though. And we can drag the cavalry out back with us, that'd be great too. Torch them! Yeah, they're all coming this way. By the way, nobody should try to move. See? You tell them not to move and they still run out. It doesn't matter. Oh, I can take her. Yeah, I have to guard against this side. They charging the turtle. It's fine. Because I don't know if this machine... Oh, it's still working. 3 of them are still working. That's good. One guy has 1 already. Oh. Shoot a little deeper. I can't take Dong Zhuo. Dong Zhuo's gold spear, pretty deadly. A lot of armor piercing on that thing. So we're just gonna let him slowly kill off some of our turtle units. They're just in a staring contest with our 2 rows of spears. That's fine. Can we not kill this guy? Ah, turning a tide. Alright, we have some units routing over there. You know what? There's no enemy range units. Go after that. Get back on the machines. What does she have? Fallen relative. Okay, so she does have a pretty big damage boost right there. Alright, we're coming back. Whoa, where did they come from? A routing unit return? Yeah, when the cavalry sees no flanking angle, they just kind of freeze. Get back. Alright, go assist. Man, Zhang He killed so many of them. Alright, he's gonna win this. And then we still have 4. Oh my god, oh my god. The horse! He's innocent. Go him. Alright, they're done. They're done too. It's just her. Ah, perfect timing. A win. Oh, assuming that these 3 units are routing. But they're unbreakable because they got hit with the stone. Poor guys. They're like, we just want to leave. Oh my god. Oh, here comes. Oh, he survived. He ran away. Alrighty. So it was only a close victory. I don't expect a lot of capture chance, but we got him. Alright, happy day here. Oh. Like, do we waste a point here just to get to firebomb quicker? Yes, we do. Okay, so they did their job. Now, I want to do a trade deal with them. I will give you Bohai's fishing port if you give me Zhongshan's city here. Now, obviously, he's not going to love the deal, but we have things that we don't need. Actually, this is pretty bad too. That we might keep. And then we can throw in a regular one. 7.4 away. We have so much food. I mean, I'm still going to do a reasonable trade. There we go. 4 points is the reasonable amount, and then we'll pay him. He's getting a great deal. There we go. Alright, I purposely didn't move the army out, hoping they'll bump us out where we end up with a better positioning, but I guess not really that much better. But we're coming back here because it looks like Ingshao wants to make a move, and we are going to go make a move against him and pick up Luan, I guess. And because Coron's at war with us, so we might as well go to war with him as well. Yeah, keep our army busy. Although I kind of want to go to Anping as well. There's a lot of things we want to do, but let's see. How did Liu Bei build this? Convert that. There's a school here, but we don't need that for the reform, so that can go away. That's a good building. That is not a good building. And city build might be a little bit too extra. I'm pretty happy with the small city build here. Not hoping to get a lot of income, basically. Oh, we might want to wait a turn on that though. I don't want to lose this building in case demolish doesn't go through first. Then we lose this building. That's pretty bad. I'll pick up some experience. Wait, is Welcome back.
杀他们个片甲不留，把他们全打趴下。
Yeah, we can delegate this as well.
又赢了一次。
江河涌动，奔腾不息。
拿起武器。
Now we can sail across. And in Shuofang. Yeah, the south looks fine except for this. Now we have a good chance to spawn items as well. Alright, we definitely want a small city, but we want to get this built first. Only takes us 1 turn. Is it time to splurge on the passes? Not really. I don't think so. If anything, we want to save up money to build another army. Speaking of another army, what can we do here? Seems like he can get along in this army. And then we'll fit Zhang He in as well. We'll probably move Li Jue out. No, we'll keep Li Jue. We'll move Cao Ren out.
势如流水。
And then put Zhang He in instead. Yeah, I think that's the plan.
大人，有何吩咐？
He can come out later though. No rush. How far are you from? Oh, he just leveled up, right. Quite far. Quite far. Kong Rong took this. Oh, very interesting. Yeah, I guess we're going to go south. Clear this up. Does he want peace by any chance?
我们谈谈吧。
No, not even close. Oh. Oh. Alright, because this fishing port opens up trade with this side. I mean, we'll take it, sure. Our war with him won't happen for a long time, so there's time to back this out in the future. Oh, we had it. Maybe throw in 1 food as well. Not like it's going to be super lucrative, but we'll take whatever.
算是谈妥了。
Dong Zhuo had enough. Okay. I mean, we crushed a bunch of his armies. Alright, we haven't talked about books yet. Don't worry, I haven't forgot. I mean, today's book is pretty straightforward. We're talking about the Grand Historical Records, or the Grand Record of History. Actually, I don't know what the translation is. Basically, 史记. Records of the Grand Historian. Okay. We talked about this book many times, saying that it's the history book that records from the start of the Chinese civilization 5,000 years ago for 3,000 years to the time of Han Wudi, which is Liu Che. I realize I keep referring to him as Liu Xiu, who is Han Guang Wudi, founder of the Eastern Han. I mean, I haven't got the story mixed up, I just got their name keep on getting flipped. But anyways, to the time of Liu Che, or Han Wudi during the Western Han Dynasty. And it's often the first book of 24 official historical records that's used to record the 5,000 years of Chinese history. Now, this book is written by a gentleman named Sima Qian. It's written by himself, so it's kind of impressive. He wrote the whole thing. And it wasn't officially sanctioned by the government when it was written. It was actually almost lost to history, actually. So basically what happened, I think the story we can talk about is life of Sima Qian in general. So Sima Qian's family, it's a pretty average family. His grandfather, their family were farmers, but not poor farmers, very wealthy farmers, living on the banks of the Yellow River. And his grandfather, during the early stages of the Han Dynasty, paid, it's not a bribe, we don't call it bribe, there was basically a food donation program where you can use food to buy a government position. A very low one, but basically it's like kind of a tribute to the government. At the time, Han was just founded, so everything was kind of needing to be built up. So if you could donate, you can buy yourself a nice little position. Gives you special perks where, like, say your family's immune from forced labor, because at the time there was like a government policy where every family has to contribute maybe a male to take on a project, whether that's building the emperor's tomb, fixing the Great Wall, something that's left over from the Qin dynasty actually. So Sima Qian's grandfather was actually a very wealthy farmer, donated 4,000 dan of not exactly rice, kuo, it's a different type of grain. Rice wasn't very common, especially in the north, so there's no rice. It's just, think of a type of grain. 4,000 dan, just to get a context of how much food that is. The 3 excellency positions, Grand Commandants, Grand Excellency, their salary, 1 year salary, is 2,000 dan. So this farmer donates 4,000, so basically 2 years salary of the Grand Commandant to the government, and gets a very low position, but the family's basically spared from any sort of drafts or conscription for the labor. And because of this position, the family was able to basically rise up in social class, and Sima Qian's father was able to have a pretty good education, eventually went to the capital to work as a clerk in the imperial government, as a historian, because apparently the Sima clan, according at least to Sima Yi's father, were basically all historians since the Zhou dynasty. So he wanted to continue the tradition and kind of wanted his son, Sima Qian, to continue the tradition as well. And Sima Qian got a lot of chance, or his father basically education style was basically go travel, go see the world. So after his father got a job in the capital, it was a few years later that his father summoned him from his hometown. He was a farmer before that, to go to the capital to live with the father. But after a while, the father told him to go travel the world, basically. The world meaning China, to see what places are like, to see the old battlefields of, the warring states, to see these famous sites, to see all these educational places, just to expand your horizons. And he spent many years traveling doing that. And when he returned to the capital, he eventually got a job as well, and he was kind of, becoming a scholar himself. And during this whole time, he was not writing this history book. His father was Taishi, so technically he was writing some records for the government, but his father would soon die out of kind of regret, mainly sickness. So basically, he was in charge of a lot of ceremonies, basically historical record keeping, people who are familiar with rites. And during the time of Han Wudi, Liu Che, I'm not going to get the name wrong, there was a couple really good things that happened. Aside from all the wars in the northwest, they got a lot of horses from the northwest. That was considered a good sign from the heavens. And another really good sign is that in Taishan, which is Mount Tai, right? They should have a marker for it in the game. Do they not have it in? Oh wow. I just realized that they don't have the location markers in the 182 start. Right. I don't have any of the location markers. Like, this would be the canal. Okay, but Taishan's right over here, near where the temple is. This is probably Mount Tai. There was gold discovered, right? That's a very, supposedly a great sign from heavens, right? It's just minerals, but still, gold is a very valued mineral. So to combine the two events, Han Wudi decided to travel to the peak to perform a ritual to thank the heavens for these gifts. And then he also used the gold found in Taishan, and he crafted them into these horses' hoof, into those shape, because combining the fact that out west they found a large group of a herd of horses that they can raise. Think of horses as tanks, right? They're military uses, so it's good to get horses. Horses was not very common in China at the time, so they were trying to import all these horses, breed them for the military, because right now the war against the Xiongnu is picking up. And then they also found these gold. So kind of to celebrate the two things, he got the gold and casted them into the shape of horses' hoofs and then awarded them to people as a sign of blessing from the emperor. And those, people still find these things in tombs even today, and they're pretty valuable. Anyways, that's a different story. His father was supposed to be in charge of setting up the ceremony, but on the way there, his father fell ill and then eventually died, unable to accompany the emperor to the mountain. He's really sad about that, and he eventually kind of died from that depression. But then he told his son to definitely take his job, or try to get into his job, so that he can continue the family tradition of recording history. So Sima Qian's kind of like family model and goal was to kind of write these things. So he would eventually undertake this project, but his life at court came to a pretty abrupt end, because at the time, as we mentioned, the Han and the Xiongnu were fighting out west, trying to establish control over this entire region, all the way up, even all this region here. And the war was not always going so great, even though during Han Wudi they probably won most of the battles. And there was a general named Li Ling, who at the time is the grandson of a general named Li Guang. Li Guang is more famously known for his nickname, the Flying General, which is later given to Lu Bu during this period. Obviously, he got the nickname because he scored a really grand victory against the Xiongnu. But in his last campaign, he got lost in the desert. Like, fighting out there is difficult. Like, even finding your way out here, it's difficult. And because he got lost in the desert, he wasn't able to reinforce his allies in time, and it resulted in a pretty bad defeat. And out of shame, he kind of committed suicide. So that was not a great end for them. And then his son also had a very tragic thing. The whole thing is their family supposedly cursed, and they come from the line of Li Xin, who was a great general during the Qin dynasty. For those of you who are familiar with the warring states, but it went to Li Guang, and then his son also died pretty tragically. And then the grandson Li Ling, who's pretty active during this period, the emperor really valued their family because, flying general, they did great out west, and this son has signs that he can be as great as his grandfather, so he granted him troops to lead out west. And they were fighting great. I think they had 5,000 men. They were hoping to wait for reinforcement. Reinforcement never came. They fought the enemy, and they were able to kill off about twice their number, but at the end they got captured and he surrendered to the Xiongnu. And news of his surrender came back to the capital. You have to think about the delay of information. Even the capital's right here, it's still very, very far. And the emperor was furious and wanted to punish their family. And this time Sima Qian came out and said, maybe, the circumstances, you have to kind of understand, he was kind of forced, and he, they went to the battlefield, they saw so many enemy bodies, they clearly fought to the bitter end, and who knows, maybe he got captured. So his family was not punished because Sima Qian came out and said that. But in the very next campaign, when the next general went out west, came back and reported to the emperor falsely, he didn't know, but it was falsely rumored that Li Ling has been helping the Xiongnu train their troops. That set the emperor off, and the emperor executed the entire Li clan's family. And Sima Qian, because he spoke out for them since the earlier time, got what's called gongxing. And gongxing is what they do to eunuchs, or what they do to men to make them eunuchs. So Sima Qian got castrated and lost his position. And at the time, Sima Qian wanted to commit suicide too. It's not a very nice punishment, as you can imagine. And he was able to convince himself that, like many before him who did great works, including, say, Sun Tzu had a future ancestor during the warring states, Sun Bing, who wrote a war manual after he was forced to pretend to be crazy. Well, he had his leg broken because his classmate was jealous of him, and then he had to kind of live out a life in a pig pen for many years, acting like he's crazy just to keep his life. And finally he escaped and was able to, go to Qi and be able to not only write his war manual, but exact his revenge against his former classmate. Or other stories like Yuan, who once gave a great proposal to the kingdom of Chu. This is the poet for Chu Ci that we talked about earlier, where he gave the proposal to ally with Qi to resist Qin. His idea wasn't taken. He was exiled, and on his exile, he wrote those poems, Li Sao. So basically, convinced himself that in adversity, people can still do great things. So he didn't kill himself, and he went on quietly writing out the rest of the history book. And obviously, because of his punishment and the fact that the emperor punished him, he was not at court anymore, and this was not an officially sanctioned one. No one's going to publish this or read this, but he wrote it. And the lucky thing for him is, despite the fact he got castrated, this is later on in his life, he had a daughter already. And the daughter married a guy named Yang Shang. Oh yeah, I think Yang Chang. I think Yang Chang, I think is his name. And why is he important? It's because Yang Chang is the start of the Yang clan that would span throughout both the Western and Eastern Han Dynasty as frequent clan members getting into the 3 excellency positions. So basically, as grand as the Yuan clan was during this period, the Yang clan was actually much grander. People like Yang Biao, who is in the game, I'm pretty sure he's in the game, and Yang Xiu, they're all from this same clan, Hongdong Yang Shi. Not Yang Ren. Wait, did Yang Xiu already? Did Yang Biao already die? I think we might have killed him. We saw him in the beginning. Yang Biao is actually our classmate, Lu Zhi's classmate. So this clan, and Yang Biao was Grand Excellency of the Works during this period as well. The only reason he lost his job is because Cao Cao took the emperor and then fired him. But yeah, very powerful clan. And what basically happened was Sima Qian's daughter married Yang Chang, and they had 2 sons. The younger son loved this book by his, I guess this would be his grandfather, right? Sima Qian would be his grandfather, and kept the book and read it all the time, because it's kind of like a history storybook, right? And when he became a second marquis near the end of the Western Han Dynasty, he brought out the book and presented it to the emperor, and the emperor loved it. And that's how this book became officially recognized. Like, during Sima Qian's lifetime, it was kind of hopeless. He was just trying to finish his father's work, his father told him about their family's work. And now it's very well recognized as kind of, he's like the Herodotus of Chinese history, as the first grand historian. But yeah, that's the story. Let's see. I think we're done with the turn. I think we did everything we needed to do. All the armies have moved, so let's continue here. We do have a lot of money, but I don't think we need to really rush anything. So let's continue. Alrighty, seems like the south is pretty busy actually. Oh, Taran picked up Honest. A good reason to actually put him into the prime minister position in the future. Alright, we're sailing. We're going. I mean, since in the water it's only delegate battles, we might as well just march. He's back on the field. We're going to strike straight for the capital. We're going to save the emperor. That's our goal. Save him before he even comes of age. What should we do? I should give them an army, I think, before we sail them off. He's in the water. I mean, I think all the AI is interested in is attacking this settlement. Oh, we should have switched to commanding general. Actually, that's not a lot of movement. We'll take the heal. I mean, if he takes it, we'll take it back. That's kind of our policy right now. Alright, we'll see what building we need to build. And if there's not much, we might start... Alright, you're definitely getting downgraded now. We might start building up another army. Okay, with 8,000 in the bank and 6,000. Okay, so we can give them the army.
有何贵干？坚定不移。
Next turn. Next turn. I think the reason is just because we spent a bunch summoning him, and oh wow, there's another problem. He's too low level.
参见大人。
He needs to do assignments, so he's level 3. Alright, that's not gonna work. That's also not gonna work. He's also...
唯有扫清六合，天下才能平定。
He's also not designed for the battlefield. Alright, maybe we're scrapping the plans for this army. Maybe this is the army that we will actually put out.
大人
He will lead.
荣幸之至。
Yeah, it's kind of awkward. But I think we will put their army out and they can sell.
好的，请讲。
We're gonna have to move on Chang'an anyways. They have the jade. We'll cancel this first.
真令人失望。
Hold on. General off the left. We have enough. I guess we're kind of obsessed with this combo right now. Yeah, we don't have enough. Wait till next turn. Okay, we'll recruit that army next turn. Let's He's also 1 level short, but that's okay. His level will come pretty easily. Let's continue. Alrighty, still not our problem. Nope. They're moving over. So now it's pretty essential that this force is going to be defending here. I don't care that they're moving because
稍事休息。
we have one objective here. Oh, there is a marker for Yellow River. What happened to Taishan? Huh, it's just kind of weird. Ying Shao's army did land.
注意，
Not where we can attack him.
心怀怒火，奋勇杀敌。
I mean, he's on march. I mean, this will be his target. The one that he can actually take. We'll only keep him to get the
大人
satisfaction
到
back
此
up.
蓬荜生辉。大人，悉听尊便。想问点什么？
Oh, assignment open, huh? 张和. Nothing to be built here. Hold on. 太原河内上岛. But that's a 4-turn wait. Yeah, here. 中山. There we go. Alright, we're gonna end turn here. Alrighty. So We have arrived at another spring. Cao Song is killed by Tao Qian. Ooh, are they still gonna get the event? Very interesting. Anyways, we're gonna be saving the Emperor next time. The Liang Rebels actually have a force next to us, and we can maybe try to take them on. Some decent items. We would like another one of those for the fatigue resistance. And then we're obviously gonna sweep down. Dong Zhuo is sailing over. We are, you know, healing up right here, waiting for him. Oh, there's a problem though. He's gonna be able to break our mustering during the end turn. But it's still fine, because we'll have a situation where we're defending in a pretty nice fishing port. So I'm not too concerned. We could summon them some extra help, but I think they're fine by themselves. Anyways, we'll come back, save the Emperor, and pick things up from there. So until then, bye!